Alright, welcome back. Let's do chill Friday night stream because, what else cybersecurity guys are doing either way. Now, joking aside. I had some time, so I decided to shoot up a nice stream where I want to pretty much enhance my environment. And by enhancing my environment is that, what I mean by that is I mean to add phishing infrastructure. So my whole plan is to embed, let's say, some kind of a mail server. And then with that mail server, I can simply add it here and use that to send emails. So the mail server is going to be on my internal network, which you can see now on the screen, and essentially on different, let's say, other host names, other hosts, I can install email client like Outlook and essentially use that for running mails. Now, I'm gonna, just for sanity check if the stream's alright. So give me a second. Yeah, everything should be fine. Okay. So, okay. Now, let's go. So, I didn't do any email installation before in the past. So, I wanna get help from as many resources as possible. So, don't think this is the best way of doing that. Don't think this is the only way of doing that. I refer to ChatGPT and essentially the options he provides. Now, beforehand, the first thing obviously is to start my setup. So, of course, I would want the pfSense because I need internet. Of course, I would need the two-domain controller so everything can be resolved correctly. And perhaps I would need the client 01 from where I can install Outlook. And at some point in the future, I can add maybe another client where I can also install Outlook and use it to exchange emails. We can do it like that. So for now, we're gonna stick to 4 machines, and I'm gonna also create a new one, which can be my email server. Now I have a bunch of options. I can pretty much do the email installation onto the main controller, which is an option, I think. I can also run that thing on a dedicated machine called the email machine, but I think running that on the DC makes most sense because we can use the DC as a mail server, and essentially this can be harder to compromise, right? So I think we, instead of going for additional machine, just to use the DC because this is gonna essentially do all the heavy lifting for us. So now what we're gonna need is, as ChatGPT mentioned, we're gonna need, of course, a mail server, and we're also gonna need a mail client. So mail server is something like Microsoft Exchange, whereas the mail client is something like Outlook and Thunderbird. Now I decided to go for Outlook approach, and essentially ChatGPT recommended to use hMailServer as well as Outlook as the mail client. So let's do it. Let's see how ChatGPT gave us some instructions to do it and if they are relevant or not. So first things first is to download the hmailserver.com. As mentioned, I'm going to use DC01 for the mail server because at this point on it makes most sense. Maybe if I need some infrastructural changes, I can outsource it to different servers, but for now I don't think that's needed. So as mentioned, I need to first download that. So I'm going to open. Can I download it from Edge? No, I think downloading from here makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. So this is the download link. I should be able to navigate it from my hMailServer download. There it is. Verify. No active deployment. This is no longer supported or maintained. Do we care about that? Perhaps. Perhaps yes. Or not so much. The point is to be able to send emails, which also can serve us as a vulnerability, because if we find the outdated mail server, maybe we can find exploits for it. So on the one hand side, we're gonna have mail server for the lab. On the next hand side, we're gonna have more exploitable attack vectors. So I think going for that in your personal hacking lab makes sense. Of course, if you want it for your personal non-hacking lab, you would want to download something which is maybe in support and newer, right? Okay. Now this is the hMailServer, so I can copy that to the DC, and I hope copy paste is gonna work, but that's not exactly the case. So I think if I open SMB share, this should be fine. So I'm gonna open a new tab, do 172.60.60.50 network on. Come on. Okay, maybe I don't have access. Maybe. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, never mind. Let me find a way to share it. So I want to one more time try to simply cut it, paste it here, but it's not gonna work. I think I have Python on this system, so I think with Python can be super easy. So I can download, see into downloads, and then do Python -m HTTP server and port 80. Yep, there it is. So let's go back, open PowerShell, do curl.exe, HTTP 172.60.60. I believe I am 131. No. Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, 131. There it is. The file is called hMailServer. So get that. Perfect. So I can do, instead of curl, I can do reget, which is not found, or curl -o, and then save the file. So hMailServer.exe. Okay, there it is. Now I can do explore here and simply move that to desktop, because why not? And then install that. Go next, next, right, next. Use built-in database engine. Yeah, I think that's fine. We can also use one of the SQL servers down there, but this is gonna make things more complicated, because all the time when I want to send emails, I would need to boot up an SQL server, which can be a mess. So let's use built-in database. All right, do a password. All right, install. And there it is, run hMailServer administration. All right, so now let's do hostname DC01, hMailServer username, administrator. Let's save that. Let's connect. All right, and there it is. Now I think we have to add the domain. Yep, then domain add. Yep. Then domain is gonna be lsec.local. Okay, do we need to care about anything else? Okay, then add users. Okay, save. There it is. Now in the lsec.local accounts, we can add users, right? So let's do something like, we already have user accounts. Is that AD integrated? Maybe not. That's why we needed to go for Exchange. But never mind, the point is to send email. Let's do users and computers. Okay. Then do J Smith. Yeah, John Smith. There it is. Now I'm not sure what his password was, to be honest. But we can do it like that. So let's do jsmith and add it to here. Okay. Then password is gonna be secret pass1. Well, actually, I have it somewhere, to be honest. I think I have it somewhere. No scan. See? Yeah, there it is. There it is. I have it. I remember it because I had it to. I have a video before where I did my own CTF in my own lab, so you can find it in my channel. And there I used some kind of exploitation. I found this password, so that's from where I remember it. So there it is. Then go to DCO1, paste that. Is it the same one? Okay. Size. I don't think we need to touch that. Auto reply, no need, rules, active directory. Oh, actually, there it is. So domain, lsec.local, and jsmith. I think that's fine. So I can remove that. Also remove that. Active directory, boom, save. Or at least I need the username. Okay, save. Yep, I want to use it. Okay. Then we have jsmith. Now let's add one more. We can do my own user, which is a domain admin, but why not? Domain admin should be able to send emails, right? So I can do add, then that. No, I'm not sure if I can do that. If I need to type the password, because I'm a domain user either way. I'll save it out local and save those up. Save and file. Okay, then we have users. What now? Then enable SMTP IMAP, not POP3 unless needed. So settings, protocols, SMTP. Settings, protocols, SMTP. And perhaps enable SMTP. I don't see enable anywhere. I think it should be enabled now. Yeah. As well as the IMAP. IMAP is already enabled. I can do exit, I think. Okay. Then I think if everything's fine, these ports must be occupied. So if I do get net TCP connection, not actually, not that. Net stat AMTP, there it is. We can do select string 25. Ooh, that's a mess. And there it is. We are listening on 25, which I think is enough, so we can use that to send emails. Perfect. I think so. Okay, then we need to set up DNS configuration. I think we have that already. Oh, we don't. Okay, DC DNS manager. Okay, that's gonna be messed up. DNS, lsec.local, and then we can add a DNS, I think. New mail record. Okay, MX. Then DCO1. Name mail. Huh? DCO1, lsec.local. Okay, that's gonna be the mail server, I think. Perfect. The MX record is there. And yeah, if I do NS lookup, it's gonna work either way because it's the DC itself. So I can run that DCO1 lsec local, and there it is. Perfect. Now let's move on. Now we need to open Outlook to download it. Perfect. Let me try to install it now. So download. I think this should be it. Download it. Okay. Come on. I don't think if that's the web app, because there's Outlook web app, a PWA. It was, I forgot the acronym. But essentially there's a web app which is built in to be like a desktop app. And there is the desktop app. And there's also a local one. So I am really not sure which one of these, which version is that. So let me try Outlook for Windows maybe. Download the app. It again opens the store. Okay, I guess it's fine. I guess if we download this from the store, it can be better. So I can remove that. And my VM kinda died. At least Explorer died. We can also use Thunderbird. Because why not? So we can even set up 2 email clients on this machine just to see if it works. Perhaps. So I can download that. I can set up Thunderbird. Then we can set up Outlook and see if we can exchange emails. Because they're gonna essentially use the same mail server. So this should not be a problem at all. But why that happens? Let me try manually invoke it. So Thunderbird, there it is. I have some issues with that. Then we can also try Outlook for Windows installer. There it is. So next, standard, install, and we're fine. Boom. Yep. Now, can we connect to this SMTP server? So kill to that, lsec.local. Alright. We have IMAP. We have the DC01 lsec.local, 425. Okay. DC01, lsec.local, 25. Done. Why this cannot be done? Okay. Done. Yeah, I don't care about encryption. Continue. Don't tell me I don't know the password of my domain admin. That's gonna be a shame. Come on. Okay, let me try jsmith at lsec.local and literally paste the password. Okay, so that's gonna be it. So we have DC01, lsec.local, 425. I think this should also be DC01. Copy test. There it is, done. Unable to log in. I don't get that. And we even have a last logon time. So we have a login, but I'm not sure what goes bad. And we need an outgoing server. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wait. Can I see the walk out of Thunderbird? You should give me some kind of walks. What do you guys think about that? Do we have a... Yeah, let me try that. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay. Oh, we have it? We win? Oh, it failed. And we don't have a dot. Okay, so maybe... How can I add additional account here? How can I add an account? So I want to do settings, remove the dot. Yeah, it's J Smith without a dot. Okay. Again, without a dot. We can add signatures. That's fine. Okay. Can I close that? Ah, didn't mean to. Settings. JSmith also vocal. Oh, I think unable to connect to DC. Again. Let me try Outlook. Let's see how Outlook goes. I think trying Outlook is better. So let me open the store. Then from the store, try to find and download Outlook. Come on. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, then I500. Can I try to send email? Nah, fails. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Okay, new account. Mail account. I think that's it, right? I'm not making some kind of a typo. Yeah. Oops. Okay, continue. Well, that's going on. What happens with Outlook? I need a direct link, yes, please. Don't tell me I need a Microsoft account for that. I'm not going to. No chance. Okay, so this is gonna be DC01. Okay, okay, continue. Ah, so it cannot find the outgoing server. Yeah, there it is. See, the incoming server is fine. It can be detected, but the outgoing server cannot be. Okay. Mm-hmm. But do I have this port open to DC? I don't think so. Can I do that? Yeah, looks like I have it. Okay. Then I have it. Then what's the issue here? DC01. Continue. DC01. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was that it? I don't see the issue now. Message. Okay. Test. Sending message failed. The message could not be sent because connection failed. The server might be unavailable or it's refusing SMTP connection. Can I do that? So can we try? Port is open, but can we see it? So test net connection. DC01. Then port is gonna be 5. What was it? 587. Because I think firewall might block it, but it's not the case. It's really not the case. I want to try one more thing. That is to send emails using send email utility on Kali. So you can directly send emails. So yes, run that. While that's going on, we can see the connection there. So TCP succeeded. But why that's not working? Okay. Yeah, there it is. Maybe it's because also for something regarding the domain administration. So here, let me try to do something. We can add AD account. Oh, that's why. That's why. Remove these accounts. Here also remove these accounts. Do add AD account. Specify the domain. And now get the account you want. So J Smith. No. J Smith. There it is. Boom. Add it. Then it's fine. So now I guess if we try it one more time, I guess it should work now. Because we did not add a domain account, but we added a local account. And I think the email server did not know how to handle that. So let me try settings, delete, okay. And then new account, mail account, with sector local, connect, continue. Okay, that's going to be DC01. Okay, and that's going to be also DC01. Can find server. Okay, can you try 50? Okay, you find it. Ah, what happened now? Okay, never mind. I clicked enter and it seems to work. Okay, authentication error. And that's about it. Up, back. Okay. I'm sure this is the password. I am sure. Maybe do we need to sync something? Perhaps. Maybe add another ID account, which can be, let's do the administrator. And now let's add a normal account. Let's say this can be test at teosec.local, and then let the password be test as well. Let's do 10. Maximum size. Okay. Auto reply. No, no, no. Rules. Advanced. Don't need. Okay, save. So we have test and test as a password. And then we try to add it again. So here, back, back, back. Test, test. Let's see what happens now. And yeah, while that runs, I want to try to send email from here. You may ask how? Well, if you have a SMTP server, you can try things like send email utility, send emails with it, or perform open mail relays. So first nmap 172.60.60.50 for 25 to see if it's open. It is. So we can do send email. We have it. We can try from test at lsec.local to jsmith lsec.local. Server is the DC. Subject name is test and message is also test. And we have SMTP authentication required. Okay. How can I pass authentication? Oh yeah, username and password. -xu, jsmith, or actually test, lsec.local, and xp is going to be test. It works. It works. Which proves that we can send emails. Now, if you have that, this proves that we can send emails. So it's something regarding the email client, which is something odd. So I want to close that now because I don't like it. Then I'm going to go to here and close it. Then open Thunderbird again. Or we can also use the built-in mail client for Windows. That's also a thing. So we don't need to add account. Or actually add an account. Okay. How can I specify local config? Okay. And we have set in the same window. Oh damn. Let me try this for a second. But I'm not sure why it's not loading anything. Maybe let me search for another Windows mail client. Mozilla Thunderbird, refuse that. Powerful Windows email client, Postbox. Let me try it. Right now the email client do not have any difference at all. At some point in the future we can set it up to be Outlook because it's more realistic, I can say, but for now we don't care about that. So download. Let's see what Postbox can do. Okay, but having that, having this output means that the SMTP server works successfully. So in theory, if I go here, we can see the last login for the test account is now, because we use the login with the Sentinel utility. And for sure, we can also observe the emails and boxes it seems to have on the server. I think it should be also possible to see the emails. But that's a whole another topic. Now let me go back to Quanto 1. Let's now start Postbox. Let's see it now. Okay, go here, next, standard, okay. Okay, launch that. Okay, start. That's gonna be test at local and also password test. Okay, failed to find settings. Now specify DC01 here and also specify DC01 there. Security auto detect, that password, retest. That's so weird. Port is here. Is it about the security? So no. We have password here. Oh, there it is. You do not use encryption. Yeah, I don't mind. Done. That's so weird. That's so weird. Let me try to troubleshoot that. Yeah, that's also a nice idea to add a firewall rule to the DC, so I can open PowerShell as an admin and add the firewall rule which gonna allow SMTP inwards. Yeah, so that's gonna be fine. I mean, we already can communicate with this port, but I'm not sure what's the issue. Can I see the logs? No. So let me try to go back. Okay, that's correct. That should be fine, I guess. Get map. Okay, never mind. Do this net connection. Why it's so slow? Is it because of Outlook? Okay. Okay. So it's gonna be that. Then the port, and we don't need telnet. And it can succeed, yeah, it succeeds. I can try that one from my Linux host, to be honest. Telnet. What was the port? 587. Yeah, this is 01 ESMTP. Yep. Echo EH test. Okay. Login. Add my password maybe. Authentication failed. I don't get it. Okay, never mind. It can detect it do not use encryption, but it cannot connect. I don't get it. Okay. Still doesn't work. hMailServer administrator settings advanced IP ranges. Let's try that. Settings. Okay, now we have logs. Okay, we don't have SSL certificates. Oh, we have Autobahn. Why? That's why we cannot connect. That's why we can't connect. Okay. Why banning? Okay, so IP ranges. This. Add. About. Okay. No SSL. Save. That was super strange. So I was banned the whole time. So I could connect in theory with Thunderbird, but I was banned the whole time. So advanced IP ranges, out ban, and remove. I don't want to be banned. Okay, perfect. You can do 10 here. Allow connections. I want to disable this. Okay, perfect. I did not mean to click exit, but now it's fine. And it's strange that it banned Thunderbird, but not send email from Kali. Which was... Oh, there it is. There it is. Now in theory we can use Thunderbird because I've used it before and I'm just happy with it. So I can simply use Thunderbird. Okay, and see how it goes. So Thunderbird, now add account, mail account, test, and then test local. Looking up for configuration. Hey, hi guys. I did not pay attention. I have the chat on. The idea is to set up an email server, an email client, so we can send phishing emails in the future and showcase phishing techniques. So setting up the things. So DTL1, okay, continue, DTL1, test. Should be fine now. There it is. Okay, my password is test, continue, and there it is. Boom. We have it. We have our own mail server, guys. And as mentioned, it's usually nice because it's on the DC, so we do not need to pay extra attention and bringing up a new server. And each time we want to send emails, we need to start the server. We just start the DC and it's on there. So for our case, for our app, that's nice. But if we want to do it for more production environment, of course you want to need a dedicated Exchange server. But now that's not production environment at all. Okay, can I access my mail, please? Please, please, please. And also one more thing I want to try is that if I go here, I need to also pin that to start, so I have it. Automatically connect, password. Now if I go here, you can see the accounts, and I want to try now to use that and send email to that from the Kali. But now let me access my mailbox first. That Thunderbird crashed, for fucking sake. So what I can do and try now is to use the send email. But now I want to send from jsmith. So let's do it like that. That's gonna be from. That's gonna be to. Server is the same. Yeah, thanks. Username is jsmith, and I want to see if I can perform AD authentication over that. Then, oh wait, that's still text. jsmith, and the password is gonna be my, was it secret? Yeah, my secret password. Yep, we did it. Nice, perfect. So we can do even AD authentication with that. And there it is, we have it. Okay, perfect. We have our first inbox. Boom, we can send emails, guys. Nice. Nice. Now in the next stream, I'm gonna... Ooh, that's a nice success we have here. In the next stream, I'm gonna set up a new machine so we can have two machines, two clients, two workstations that can exchange emails together. And essentially we can use these two machines, and we can also use the Kali with send emails to specifically perform phishing attacks. Now the good thing is that we can use AD domains, and we can also use local accounts and AD accounts in order to conduct that phishing attacks, and we're gonna have some crazy times with that in the future, and our lab just become better. Nice. Now I want to test something. Can I impersonate? Can I do something like from to be administrator? And I can. And that guy is right here. It's called mail relay. There it is. Now, as you can see, we have a new email, but from administrator. And that's just a shortcut key for getting easy access with phishing, because if you find the mail relay in some mail servers, you can potentially use the same technique to impersonate admins, to impersonate IT security, and to send phishing emails using as they are from someone else. And yes, that's the real thing. So that's why I want to test it. We have quite success here. Yes, for the next one, as mentioned, we're gonna set up a new Windows client where we're gonna have also email client, and then we can exchange emails and pretty much have better app. So now I need to modify that because we don't have the mail server. We have a mail server as the DC. I'm gonna also document that. And essentially now our app is much better. And we can send emails. We can showcase phishing. Yay! Is this meant to be post-infrastructure setup? So it's more focused on the payload delivery, like HTA, ISO, or something else. We can play around as much as we want with that. I mean, if we have the ability to send emails, that means that we can map out and try different phishing scenarios. We can see how GoFish works. We can see how things like EvilJinx community works. We can see all that kind of stuff. And of course, you can try different delivery payloads like ISO. We can see if we can do mark of the web and essentially have internal lab for testing phishings, which is nice. Hey, because of the time zone, I did not get to see you live very often. I love your content. The blog post on the Artec blog about DLL side loading was dope. Thank you so much for these words. Keep up the good work, and yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that and actually to read that because I'm reading. And yeah, I'm doing it. So I'm usually uploading my lives to my channel. So if you find values on them, you can simply watch them on YouTube, as well as this gonna also be uploaded there. As you can see, I'm now recording. So whenever I stop the stream, I'm gonna upload that to YouTube. So maybe tomorrow, next week, you'll be able to see it. So that was the thing. From zero to hero, we now have an email client. We have email server. I was not able to do it. I'm sure that you can guys think and say that there are some better solutions, that there are some better email clients. But yeah, I'm doing that for the first time. It was live, and essentially the idea is to make it work and to send emails. And we can do it now. So the task is completed, and now for the future episodes, we can perhaps set up some red team infrastructure with our Kali. We can maybe install things like GoFish there. We can maybe customize it there, or just see how it works, showcase some demo attacks, and have some fun. So with that, it's getting quite late, so I'm gonna give you a nice shout out, and I'm gonna say good night. This is gonna be uploaded to YouTube, so if you want, you can watch it if you miss something, and I'm gonna definitely see you in the next one. Again, if you appreciate the content, make sure to become a Patreon, where you can see a bunch more projects, bunch more documentation, you can access to internal tools, and share more experience. So you can make a stable schedule like every Tuesday. People can tune in more often. Yeah, I know, but having a stable schedule with a kid is mission impossible. to be honest, that's mission impossible. So that's actually a nice idea. We can maybe think about something like Friday night, or I'm gonna think about schedule. I appreciate the tip. I really appreciate it. It's super hard for me to make a stable schedule at the moment, but I'm gonna think about it super serious. Thank you so much. All your stuff inspiring me to make my own stuff. Have a good one. Nice. I'm so happy to hear that, to read that. Sorry. Yeah, with that, guys, I'm dropping out. If you have questions, find me in Discord, message me there, and I hope this was useful. Yep, so thank you so much, and bye bye.